Okay, what is good, guys? Welcome to round number 18 of the AOR Assisted League. I am the commentator for today. I am Mike. How are you doing? Now, this is a potential championship deciding race right now with Extrema in his Force India car 59 points ahead of Mercedes in the Ferrari, as we got Red Bull going out on track and here goes Extrema out on track as well. Basically, if Extrema finishes second, he will be crowned the champion. So this is a very important race. I am streaming this tonight instead of racing because of the fact that my pace is horrendous around here, and I figured you guys deserved a stream for the championship decider, if this is going to be the championship decider, as we got Racist Punchline out on track on his out lap as well. So that's right on board with Extrema for just a second as we see what he's going to do, what he's going to be capable of. Let's hope for a clean first corner, because obviously the run down into turn one, a lot of slipstream, a lot of moves can be made. It's not necessarily the best place to get pole position, but you know, these guys, they won the bragging rights, and the bragging rights could be theirs. Okay, coming through the last corner now. Here comes Extrema onto his flying lap. Let's get the lap data up. Now, we're going to see what these guys can do. Good breaking into the first corner. In fact, you know, let's go back into broadcast mode. Get nice sweeping angles on these cars. We got a couple of people on their out laps right now. Bow Pop setting a 29 for the first sector. It's decent. It's decent for a little out lap. I think he's just warming everything up, trying to figure out where his brake zones is. Let's go back with Extrema on the 28.6 for the first sector as he goes through the complicated S section, where it's so easy to get an invalidated lap and ruin everything. So we got Bob, who is coming around the final corner right now. What is the initial bench time gonna be? It's a 1:17.4 from Bopop, and Extrema smashes it with a 1:16.1. I'm expecting pole position by here to be in the 1:15, so you know, we could potentially see some 1:15.5s, maybe a 1:15.8, but that is what I am personally expecting. But we got Golsey in second with a 16.4, Mercedes 16.6, Sway with a 16.6 also. So it's very tight up the top end right now, as you know, we got Portuguese going through. How do they know? The Renault driver. Sorry, mate, I can't pronounce your gamer tag. It is impossible. I do apologize. I'll give it a chance. Gog. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna call you the Renault driver. Is Jasmine retired? That is unfortunate. I believe Jasmine has retired. As Extrema sets a 1:15.9. You see, I told you 1:15s was where I was expecting to see these pole positions. Fracco setting a slower outlap on a 1:18.1. So Extrema feeling the need to do 2 fast laps back to back to get a good benchmark down, as he is backing off right now as the the Red Bull of... Oh, Shwmae pops in with a 15.9 also. He is now on provisional pole position. This is incredible stuff right here. These guys are duking it out right now for the top spot. Look at that. Look at that gap. That is literally 7/100ths of a second. As we got Zaid in the chat right now, a former racer in this league. What's good, Zaid? How are you doing? Shwmae doing the business for the McLarens right now, I'm not gonna lie. But if Extremer finishes in the position that he is currently in right now, he will become the assisted league champion. You're doing well, but that is good to know. That is good to know. As we got Cloudy in third at the moment with a 16.4. Golsey 5/100ths of a second off Cloudy's time, and then you got Mercedes at the moment. You know Mercedes. He's getting ready to smash this right now. I believe that's going to be Portuguese's job today, as you can see. So we're looking at people who will set a lap time. Jonesy is still in the pits, and so Jay is. I believe he's on his out lap right now. Tadpole's still in the pits. Punchline out on his out lap, or this could be his flying lap. I think this might be his flying lap. Actually, we're at 28 in the first sector. It's gotta be his flying lap. Right, that's right on board with him. Well, to be honest, I mean, Bob's actually doing quite well. You see, in the time trial runs on the past couple of days, I've been struggling to get out of the 118s, which is terrible. Literally, Fracco's time right now is literally what mine was in the time trials. And after I said I do commentary and do this stream, so you guys get to see the potential championship decider, as we got Juiced Man with a 15.8 in the Sauber. A 15.8 is a very respectful time, but I do believe that there will be some more changes. Yeah, but anyway, as I was saying, after I said I would do the streaming, I initially, thought, right, 18's the best I could do. Bang, I literally on the time trial set a 16.6, and in a couple of practice qualifying sessions I actually set a 16.8 and a 16.6. So my pace right now is similar to many around here, and this could be yet another race where I commentate and it may have been a mistake, because points could be on the card. But as we got Juiced in the pits, he is a 10th up on Shwmae. Extremer less than a 10th behind. Then we got Punchline in 4th with a 16.3. Cloudy with a 16.4. Golsey 5/100ths of a second slower. And we got Mercedes, who we will ride on board with, because this is a championship contender. To be fair, you can match up time trial times in quality at Mexico. Yes, you can. Which is why I'm expecting to see a 15.5 somewhere. And maybe this man right here, ZR Mercedes, could be the man to deliver the 15.5. Yeah, I did see your best with a 14.9. I actually used your setup to smash in a 16.6. As Mercedes is half a second up on his personal best right now. This if he can string this together right now, this could be a very tasty lap by you. A little bit of a slide right there, that might compromise him. Probably lost like half a tenth there. As he crosses the line, it's a 15.9. Jumping into second. So we got all of the front runners out on track right now. As we got a yellow in sector 1. What's going on by you? Who's Oh, we got ZR Mercedes retiring from the session. Juiced is on his outlap. He is the man on provisional pole right now. We got Shwmae looking to improve. Let's see what his second sector split will be. Oh, it didn't want to show me whether he was up on his time. Okay, fair enough. But we're going to ride on board with Shwmae now to see if he can put in a... Oh, we got a Bo Pop retiring from the session as well. And this is actually not a great track for Bob. And there we go, Shwmae with a 15.4. As we got Juice now. Can Juice challenge us? A 15.4 is the time to beat. As Tadpoles puts in a 15.9. What is Juice gonna do? Tadpoles retiring from the session. I believe Juiced is on his outlap right now. So at the moment, Shwmae on provisional pole with a 15.4. We're going to ride on board with Juiced. That was... it's questionable. It's questionable. I believe he may have had an invalidated for that. As we got people retiring left, right and centre now. Unable to set faster lap times. We're going to ride on board with the Renault driver. The Renault driver. It's unfortunate that I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it is what it is. But that was quite a big line off a throttle moment there for him. That was quite a bit, and he is literally 2 seconds off his personal best. I don't see him going faster. Jay has retired quite dramatically, actually. As Punchline, I don't know what went on there. We literally just caught the end of it, and maybe Jay retiring might have put off Punchline, perhaps. But as we got everyone retiring right now, Shwmae is on pole position. As we confirm that for you right now, yep, Shwmae on pole. Juiced in second place. Starting on the front row, we got those two. Tadpoles in third alongside championship contender Mercedes, who really does need to win this race to keep his championship hopes alive. Right behind him is Extremer, who only needs to finish second to win the entire championship. So this is gonna be a good one. So let's crack on, let's get into this race. As we wait for everyone now to get their strategies perfected. Now, interesting this will be because the one stop is manageable if you can take the ultras to lap 11. You need to go at least to lap 11 on your ultras to make the one stop work for you. And the two stop might be a little bit faster. You never know. It might be a little bit faster depending on how bad you are on tyre wear. So if people start peeling into the pits around about lap 6, you know they're on the 2 stop. Anything after that, you know they are trying the 1 stop. And yep, the 1 stop is possible. As here we go, lights out, and we are away right now. As Shwmae has had a very good start. We got Tadpoles going side by side with Mercedes and Extrema's getting in the fight. It's a freeway moment right now with these guys. And who's that? Chucking it down the inside. We got the Mercedes of, I believe that's Punchline. In the background, we got some cars. We got some movement going on by here. There are people jumping up the order left, right, and Chelsea. As we got Golsey, who has dropped back quite a bit. And Cloudy is in a bit of a scrap right now. Check this out. A lot of side-by-side bit of carbon fibre flinging off in the distance. I wonder whose car that was off. Time will tell. As we got the Sauber Force India going side-by-side in the air sections. This who's got the bigger stones? And it appears Cloudy in the Sauber has the bigger stones. As we got Tadpoles, who has really dropped off. Actually, let's have a little look and see who has fallen off the pace slightly. Yep, Tadpoles is the big loser out of this first lap. And I'm not gonna lie, we gotta go back to the front by here, because as you can see, Juiced has a red Ferrari bearing down on him. The Sway tries to manage the pace, and as you can see right now, Mercedes is right behind Juiced. This is important for Mercedes to get up the field to catch Sway, because it is his only hope of keeping the championship alive. As we got Extrema, he knows all he's got to do is stay behind Mercedes. He has nothing to lose out of this, unless obviously, unfortunately, if he was to DNF, but we hope that doesn't happen. All he's got to do is stay at the back of Mercedes for the entire race, and the championships is. Sway has already broken that 1 second gap, so DRS will not affect him. But let's have a look and see what's going on back behind. Right, we got Cloudy in 6th, looking to pull a little bit of a gap to Larkin and Tadpoles. We got Jay making a, he's starting to close up. This could be a bit of a move into turn 1, so we're going to stay on board with this and see what happens as we look to see if anyone changes. I want to keep on this battle between Mercedes and Juiced as well. I just want to make sure we don't miss a crucial overtake from these guys, because as you guys know, it's gonna be interesting. Be right on board with Mercedes right in the slipstream. I mean, Dirty is going to play a huge factor into this S section, as we got Punchline and Jazzman going side by side. Let's go down and see this by here. Positions are changing. Let me go into the broadcast mode and let's see what's happening. Jazzman opting for the super soft tyres. It's a good shout. It's a good shout. He finished outside the top 10 in qualifying, so that's a good shout from him to make sure he has the one stop available to him. But also, as we said, the one stop is available to those on the super soft tyres. And Sway sets the fastest lap of a 1:18. And that was questionable. That was questionable. I believe Bob may have already gone into the pits. Let me just check that. Yep. Bob and Fracco have both dove into the pits right now. It's unfortunate, as we got Punchline and Jazzman going side by side. It's a good scrap, a good ding-dong battle. And I believe Golsey wants in on this action by here. So, oh, we got Portuguese behind as well. Portuguese can get in on this. Whoa, no, I was expecting Punchline to keep his nose in there. And we got Extrema again past Juice. I completely missed Mercedes. What's happened to Juice? Juice dropping loads of places. What's happened to him? Has he spun it somewhere? What is going on with Juice? There is no puncher. I believe he may have some front wing damage. Even still, for him to drop that many places that quick. We got a punchline there, allowing Portuguese going through. Now this could be a wily old fox move. He might just be trying to pinch that DRS. Let's stay on board now, see if it is it. Yep, he's got DRS. It's a wily old fox move. I like it. What is happening, Leo? Welcome to the stream, mate. We are commentating right now for the AOR assisted league, as we got Punchline getting a bit sideways on exit. Goalsy right in the slipstream. Will Punchline make a move? As we got Bob moving up the order now, and so has Fracco, thanks to Juiced making his pit stop. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a scrap for these guys. And Juiced has opted for the Ultras. It's an interesting call from him. It is a very interesting call. Me personally, I would have chucked on 2 sets of super softs and tried to split it all the way, because it is possible you can take supers 20 laps on this track. It's a stretch, but it is possible. I mean, that's at most. That's if you're very good on your tyre wear. But Punchline banging on the final corner. Come on, lad. You can do better than that. We got Larkin looking to size up and move on Cloudy. Let's go back to broadcast and see what is happening. Tadpoles with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. As you can see, he has gone wide right there. As we got Larkin closing in, he's going to make a dive down the inside. No, he thinks better of it. He might just be sizing something up by here. Tadpoles is right behind him, ready, lurking, waiting in that yellow Renault. And speaking of the Renault, Harin, I'm just going to call you Harinog. Harinog. Actually, that's probably right the way I said it. Harinog is trying to hunt down Extrema, who's dropped off the pace slightly. I mean, Mercedes seems to be pulling away, and he appears to be getting a little bit closer to Sway. So we got a freeway scrap going on right now at the top end, and this is pit stop territory. So we're going to see who jumps into the pits right now to hit that one stop. No, well, if they jump into the pits now, they're definitely on a 2 stop, but we're going to see who's going to be able to jump on the 1 stop, as we got Jay and Jonesy going side by side into turn 1, and we got Punchline getting past Portuguese with the aid of DRS. Jay appears to have had that move done, but Jonesy does have DRS, so this could be another move for the tail end of the points. Bob, aka Bopop, I mean, you guys know who he is. He's done streams now, he's commentated before. You guys know his name. I know his name, so every time I see it, it's just Bob. It's Bob. Bop. That is questionable, but there, Jonesy, that's questionable. You gotta obey track limits, my friend. As we got Tadpoles right on the back of Cloudy, and we just see Larkin kind of cut the corner slightly. As Cloudy drops into the pits, he is on a 2-stop strategy right now. Let us see if Larkin can close the gap. But we got Jonesy and Jonesy right alongside. Oh, lads. Easy right now. RG stuff going on by here. I mean, you hate to see it. I believe Oh, is there a bit of lag connection going on by here? Because, I mean, you guys in the comments right now, you see what's happening by here. I would like to get your guys' opinions on what is going on right now. We got a freeway scrap by here. As Jazzman, oh, I didn't have the best angle in broadcast mode to see whether or not he oh, he's chopped! He's chopped G! G has been spun around by Jazzman as Harry gets a 5-second stop-go penalty. Right. So these guys, you've got to admit, Bob, aka Bopop, has retired, crashed out. He has lost it. And, do you know what? We would have caught that, Bob, but unfortunately for you, we didn't catch how you crashed it. But I can confirm it is in the S section, so I can only assume you lost it on exit. I mean, Portuguese is still out there at the moment. He may be trying this audacious one-stop, which will be something for him, mind. His race pace has been decent over the past couple of races, but I'm expecting him to fall back towards Golsey perhaps after the pit stop. Actually, let's check and see what tyres everyone is on. Right, so we got Juiced, who's already made his second pit stop, and he's chucked on the soft tyres. He's definitely going to the end now, I think, as Tapol's got another 3-second time penalty. We got Fracco, who has been on those softs for some time. Portuguese is now in the pits. We got a lot of guys on supers. So these guys by here are all going for this default 2-stop. Jazzman's been on them since the beginning. But you gotta question the way that he went into J, and you know, you gotta question it. And speaking of you know, questioning, the incident with Jay Jonesy and this man right now, Jazzman, you gotta question it all. There was some argy-bargy stuff going on, and you hate to see that kind of wheel-to-wheel racing. I mean, this is not the place for it, lads. As Shwmae has dove into the pits, so let's see what tyre he will jump onto, as he is going for the audacious one-stop, I believe. Yep, I can confirm he is on this one-stop. So Shwmae, the man who was in the lead, has pitted now for the softs, looking to take it to the end, as Jonesy has pitted behind him. I believe he will be trying to get this. Oh, he's chucked on a set of supers. Okay, so Jonesy is going for the 2-stop. Now, everything's kind of spread out a little bit. The closest fight we got by here is Shwmae versus Punchline. So we're going to ride on board with Shwmae for the time being. Until, oh hang on, we got Tapos getting very close to Larkin as well by here. So let's see, Jazzman 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings, but you know what, the way you overtook Jonesy in the S section, I can't question why. But this is the section which is really, you know, it's really throwing people off, because it is possible to gain a lot of time in there, but you don't want to push it too far. As we got Mercedes coming up, Jazzman now into first, thanks to the super soft tyres he started on. And whilst as Mercedes jumped, I was about to say, did Mercedes just manage to jump Shwmae But you know, we're going to keep an eye on it. We're going to keep an eye on it because neither of them have got DRS right now. Slipstream only. Will Mercedes make a dive? Yep, he does. As he's down the inside, they're very close to each other. Very close to each other. Let's go into broadcast mode. We see these guys side by side. Extrema has dropped back to 6th. So Cloudy and Haringog have jumped Extrema in the pit stop phases. This is unfortunate for his championship challenge. I believe if it was done like this, he would still... Would he still win the championship? Hang on. Right, 15, 12, 10, 8. Yeah, I do believe he'd still win the championship if it stayed like this. But Mercedes will have DRS now. He will close up on Shwmae. And when Jazzman pits, it's going to be interesting as year goes. Mercedes, he had a little look down the inside. Didn't quite complete the move, but he's looking for a better run. He's lost it! He's lost it! Oh my god! Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new champion right now. It doesn't matter what happens. Extrema has just won the AOR Assisted League Season 14 Championship. I'm speechless right now. I am actually speechless. We got the wrecked car of Mercedes, but they crumbled up. Now, Extrema has just become the champion. Extrema is the champion. There is no getting around it. The difference was 59 points. And you got a feel for ZR Mercedes, you really do. I don't think I'm gonna ask him to come in to talk about, you know, this by here, because you gotta understand, you know, he's been pushing like mad to close this gap. As Juice gets another time penalty. But, you know, we feel for Mercedes. We do. So there we have it. Extrema in the Force India has won the championship. But now it's all about who's going to win the race. As we got Jazzman, he's being caught rapidly by Shwmae as he dives into the pits. Shwmae will retake the lead. "15 laps into the race right now. We're looking for a gap, and the closest gap we see is Extrema and Cloudy. This is for the bottom step of the podium. Now, I do believe Extrema is going to go all the way to the end, and Cloudy, I believe, will make another pit stop, as well as Harinog. I don't know. Harinigog? Hariniagog? I don't know, mate. You're going to have to teach me how to pronounce your name. But, yeah, unfortunately, there is no challenge right now. You can see Extrema is all over the back end of Cloudy. You gotta think DRS on the main straight is just a matter of time. So we look to the other challenges by here as Jonesy and Jazzman once again We got Jay 3 seconds up the road as, oh, we're going to see a move down the inside as, ooh, is he gonna pull it off? Is he gonna pull it off? Right, that's right on board. That's right on board. As Extrema has predictably managed to get ahead of Cloudy, but Cloudy's fighting him back. Cloudy's not giving up a fight. Let's have a look at this. 2 seconds as here we go. DRS wide open. Yep, there is no combat in it, but we might see a bit of argy-bargy going on by here. Nope. Extrema takes it cleanly as Cloudy has a look to send it back down the inside. Not going to work. Extrema parks the bus beautifully. As Larkin gets another penalty, I'm guessing, for that corner that we just seen him cut. And Tadpoles, please respect limits, please, mate. Because I do believe at one point all 4 tyres were off the track. The track is defined by the white lines, lads. Let's try and keep it between the white lines. Please and thank you. Now Jonesy will be looking at the back as Larkin is actually starting to close the gap to Tadpoles, and Tadpoles equally closing the gap to Cloudy. Right, here goes Larkin. DRS wide open. This should be a relatively easy move for him to make. He's going to try it around the outside. Doesn't work. He's going to cut back. No, Tadpoles parks the bus, but you can see he's had a bit of a tank slapper. Probably getting a bit too excited on the throttle. And Larkin has binned it. He has absolutely done himself over coming out at the end of the S's. And Joe, once again, I gotta look at this race as a race where potentially I could have earned some points. But Joe, I knew my pace wasn't particularly too great around here. But yeah, unfortunately, Larkin has DNF'd, which promotes Golsey, Punchline, Jonesy, Jasmine, J up an extra position. As Tadpoles now has no challenger behind him. So the closest battle we have right now is this freeway scrap that is starting to bubble up a little bit. We got Jasmine leading from Jonesy, and you got Punchline who is closing in. I mean, he has lost a bit of time then. I don't know what happened to him, but he was closing in quite a bit. So we're gonna see what happens by here as Sway, he is just managing that gap right now. He knows Halinog. I don't know. Halinog, mate. Come on. I can't pronounce that tidy. But yeah, as a Harini is 6.2 seconds behind him. He is managing that gap beautifully. Add a pit stop on for him, which will drop him an extra 25 seconds behind. Easy. So Extrema is almost 10 seconds behind the leader. Let me just confirm that. Yep, 9.8 seconds behind Sway, who is currently leading this race. As we look at the fastest laps right now, the Juiced has the fastest lap right now. But I know Sway, he's not going to allow that. He wants the Triple Crown, the Grand Slam, the whole shebang. So let's see if Shwmae can get the holy grail of an F1 weekend. Pole position, fastest lap, and the win. Let's see if he can pull it off. As we are now looking at the gaps once again to see if we can get you a battle. The closest battle we have right now is this battle, because it appears that Jonesy has dropped off Jazzman and Punchline is still 1.7 behind Jonesy. So let's see if Tadpoles can do it. He's dropped back a little bit, but with the aid of DRS, will he close up to make a move at the end of the second DRS zone? He's going to use his first one to close the gap. Get on the brakes, maybe carry a little bit more speed in. See what his exit's like. His exit is kind of smooth. He's on the power nice and early. DRS open, maybe he's going to have a look, but probably just a little bit too far back. This is a battle for 4th place. As you can see, the back end just stepped out a little bit on him. And again, this man really needs to learn about throttle control. Cloudy seems to have made a mistake in the first part of the S's, and that might compromise him in the second part, as he is all over the back end. Will he make a move? No. Tadpoles, he holds his ground for now. He knows he is very close to Cloudy. He knows just get a good exit out here in the slipstream, he will have him. As Cloudy gets a little bit wayward on the way onto the start finish straight, as Tadpoles now, DRS has been activated. He's going to take the inside line. Cloudy's going to try it. No, he's just going to allow it to go. But he's got a good exit out the third corner. Yep, I was right, third corner. As we got Juice getting past Fracco, but there, who has ghosted for some reason. I believe Fracco may have left the session. As Golsey locking up into the end of the second DRS. As Cloudy's managed to get past Tadpoles again. How has this happened? They go side by side into the stadium section. The inside line has been held. Fracco's internet went out. That is unfortunate. I feel for you, Fracco. I feel for you, but as Tadpoles takes a very wide line into the final corner, this side by side. But here comes Cloudy with DRS. And it is unfortunate right now that Fracco's internet would cut out on him. I know how you feel, mate. I know how you feel. I've been there. I know how you feel, lad. I feel your pain right now. But we're still looking at this scrap right now between Tadpoles and Cloudy. They're all going to have to pit again, though. I think the only ones who are going to the end is Jazzman, Extremer, and Shwmae, and the Juiced, I believe. As we got Punchline getting past Jonesy. I believe his super soft tyres may have already had it. I tell you what, this battle between Jay and Jazzman's gonna be interesting, as Jay comes into the pits, and so does Harini. I don't know, but I don't know. Why is your name so complicated to pronounce? I do not know. He comes in along with Cloudy and Jay. Means Tadpoles for now is up into P3. And Jasmine, P4. Punchline 5 seconds behind in P5. Jonesy in P6. Golsey P7. The Renault driver. Yeah, the Renault driver. He's come out of the pits right now on his final set of Super Soft in P8. Portuguese P9. Cloudy P10. Jay P11. Juiced is P12. Fracco, whose internet has cut out. I have been told this, and I can confirm that his internet has cut out. Is in 13th. We have Larkin retire spectacularly out of the S's. Mercedes also retiring spectacularly out of the S's, which has allowed Extrema to win the championship here today. And Bopop retired for, I'm guessing, the same thing out of the S's. Tell you what, once you get those S's wrong, they will come back to bite you. As we got Portuguese going toe-to-toe with Cloudy right now. This is interesting. Jay's in the background as well. Okay, here we go. Portuguese dives into the pits. Okay, so I guess no one wants, we don't want to battle, like, Okay. So we got Jay versus Cloudy for P8. I do believe Golsey is going to be making another pit stop. Let me just confirm that. Yes, I believe Golsey is going to be making another pit stop. Everyone else, I believe, has made their pit stops. Now, no, Tadpole's got to make a pit stop. Right, now for Punchline, Jazzman, Extrema, and Sway, this is all about who can take their tyres well. As we got Golsey suffering with a bit of tyre wear, but there is probably the main issue in how we lost that position. Because Golsey's a hell of a racer, and you guys know that, I know that. He's a hell of a racer. Tyre wear though, not his friend. He might dive into the pits. No, he goes out for another lap. Now, here's the question. Is he trying to stretch it for a super soft tyre? No, not a super soft. A ultra soft. I got my words mixed up. Nice one, Mikey. Yes, pat on the back, lad. Pat on the back. Love it. Love it. So we got Jay still on the back of Cloudy. Golsey. It looks like Golsey and Tadpoles might be stretching these supers out for an ultra soft run at the end. But you can see, I mean, Tadpoles is still there on the back of Punchline. So we will see what happens as the laps unfold and the race gets closer to its completion. Now, as I said, I've managed to take one set of ultras. I've managed to do 9 laps easy, and my tyre wear is horrendous. I mean, it is shocking. So for these guys to be able to do it, not going to be a problem. Maybe I have to take it, an extra lap or two just to see what's happening. As Golsey, I believe, has made his pit stop. Nope, he just lost another position against Cloudy and Jay. It's unfortunate for Golsey because he is trying. Oh, here he is. He's in the pits now. So what tyre does Golsey go on to? He is chucking on the ultras. I did think he would do that. So 10 laps. It's doable. Tyre wear will be in the 40s at least for him, as Juiced has now been promoted into the points. But you gotta think Golsey, 2 compounds softer tyres, will be able to close that gap. As Portuguese is going to try to make that move around the outside, but Golsey, he's got the fresh rubber, he's got the grip, he's got the tyre advantage, and he's got DRS as well. So there's a lot of advantage going on by here for Golsey. So we got Jay going toe to toe with Cloudy. We got the Renault drivers having a ding-dong battle by here as Tadpoles just moves over and allows his teammate through, probably because he's coming into the pits. Is he? Yes, he is. Ultra Softs, I do believe, is the tyre of choice. Let's just confirm that. 2 seconds. But I'm actually impressed right now with the recovery drive of Juice, because he spent a lot of time all the way at the back. 50 odd seconds behind the leader at one point. I'm impressed on how he's managed to get himself back up into the points, but you gotta believe Tadpoles, Golsey, 2 softer compounds, fresher tyres, they should be able to catch him and overtake him relatively easy. So the only battle really on track that we got until that one brews up is this one by here between Jay in the Williams and Cloudy in the Sauber. So allow us to ride on board with Cloudy. Let's have a look at this rear end view by here as they come into the stadium section. A lovely stadium section by there, where I do believe that there are people there cheering for their favourite drivers, as they probably are in the stream. So if your favourite driver is performing well today, give him some love, give him a shout out, say, go on lad, go on, do it for the team. As Jay closes up right now with DRS. First corner, he's right on the back. We got a scrap brewing right here. And Tadpoles is closed right up to Juiced. So like I said, the fresh rubber, 2 compound softer, really helping us. Here we go, Tadpoles right in the slipstream. He's moved out with DRS. This is getting very close. He has dived it right down the inside. Fair play. Fair play. Now we got Golsey a little bit further behind, but he's just probably getting comfortable with his new tyres. That's the Tadpole's got a couple of penalties as well. Right, here we go. Jay versus Cloudy. Let's see what this has got in store for us. DRS activation point opened right now. He must be running quite high wings at the moment, Jay, because he doesn't appear to be closing in as much. I'll be interested to find out what wings he is running. Is it going to be a dive at the inside? He's gone for it. He's gone for it. No, he has. No. Okay, Cloudy parks the bus beautifully there. But Jay, he did have a little dive at the inside. So, this battle will continue. Watch the grass, lad, because that's going to be stuck on your tyres for a while. As Cloudy gets a 3-second time penalty. And rightfully so, because we saw that from on board with Jay. As Juice gets another time penalty. But Golsey's right on the back of him right now, so yeah, let's see if Golsey can make this move. Well, he probably will with DRS, so he's going to make it before. He's locked up, they've hit, they've tapped each other. Juiced and Golsey going to war right now. Here he goes down the outside as Juice has pitted. I'm a little bit confused by that, but Juice has pitted and Jay has got past Cloudy. And apparently neither of them got DRS. Strange. But here he goes now up the inside. That was a little bit of a swing to into Jay there, I'm not gonna lie. He actually did swing into Jay as they go side by side into the S's. They've tangled, they've touched side pods, and a bit of carbon fibre went off one of their cars. And there's no way to say it really. I mean, the side-by-side action today has been very questionable. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there's been a lot of contact side-by-side with people. As here comes Jay once again with DRS. He is closing in. You gotta believe a dive bomb into turn 1 is on the cards. He moves out, he goes into it, and he will have that line as Cloudy comes back at him. They've touched again. But I believe now Jay has it done as Cloudy sends it down the inside. They've touched again, and I believe this one was a bit more frostier. But Jay has now got ahead, and you gotta believe that is the end of the battle. As Helen and Punchline still doing their thing. But yep, we still got this battle between Cloudy and Jay around the outside. He's gone a little bit off circuit. He decides not to send it down the inside. Wise choice. As Jay's trying to park it on the apex. Lovely. A nice little switchback from Cloudy down the inside. This side by side is going to be a drag race right now. But with DRS, you gotta feel that Cloudy will have the advantage, and there he goes. He's got ahead, but Jay looks to send it back down the inside. He's gone for it. Nice little switchback again from Cloudy. They've tangled again. As Juiced and Tadpoles has retired. So what's happened there? What has happened to Tadpoles? And Juiced for that matter. But all this fighting between Jay and Cloudy has now brought Jonesy into the scrap. Now this could get a bit tasty, lads. Yo, 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go. It looks like a good 10-second spread between the top 3, individually, like 10 seconds between Sway in first to Extrema, and then 10 seconds again from Extrema to Jazzman. As we got Halingo going past Punchline, we're gonna see that as Punchline loses it on the exit. Maybe a little contact there, forcing him to lose it on exit. But we got Jonesy now getting right involved in this scrap. As you can see, he is within a second of Cloudy. Jay, Cloudy, Jonesy. This is the battle right now that we are going to be staying on board with until Sway is about to take his final lap. In fact, let's have a look at the position changes as Jazzman gained 13 positions in this race today. The biggest losers, though, out of the ones that are still left, is no one really. Everyone's gained a position, apart from everyone who has retired, obviously. And out of everyone who has gained positions, Golsey has only gained 1, as everyone else has gained more than 1. As we got Cloudy versus Jay in our final corner, and Jonesy is probably sitting there licking his lips right now at the prospect of trying to take both of these two and getting 6th place all for himself. And to be honest, I'm actually rooting for Jonesy by here because Jonesy's had a bit of bad luck in previous races. He had a fairly decent race at USA, able to come back, good recovery drive from him. I believe that was a little bit of lag then, and you know, I'm hoping that he can actually pull this off as they go side by side again. Jay and Cloudy, this is just inviting Jonesy into it as he goes down the inside of Jay, pushes him wide and cuts him off on the apex as well. So this fight by here is really gonna heat up, and I am not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens as we actually gotta have a look as well at the fastest lap time, as Tadpoles actually owns the fastest time with a 17.7. So let us, well, maybe that's, you know, we can take that away from him as Portuguese gets a 3-second time penalty. It's unfortunate, but here comes Jonesy with the aid of DRS. What is the gap? What is the gap? 2/10 into the first corner. Jonesy with a 3-second time penalty. I know Cloudy's got a few, so this actually could work in the favour of Jay. I haven't seen his name crop up too many times. As Shwmae is now on his final lap. But, you know, I just want to see what's going to go on by here. Any argy-bargy into the S's. Shwmae, you gotta be gunning for it now, lad. Because here we go. Jonesy with another 3-second penalty, but we're going to ride on board with Shwmae right now. Because he is the man in the lead. He is the man on the final lap. He is the man who took pole position and has really just, he's controlled the race. He has controlled the race from start to finish on this audacious one stop, by the way. He's been on the one stop, a very audacious one stop. He has managed to perfect this strategy. He's just been able to manage the race. So here he comes into the stadium section for what I believe is his second win of the season. I think I'm right in saying that. But here he comes around the final corner. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Mexican Grand Prix is Sergeant Shwmae in the McLaren. 25 points well earned, and there is your AOR Assisted League champion extremer, as we got Jasmine who will take out the 3rd place on the podium. But let's see, it looks like Jonesy and Jay have dropped off the pace of Cloudy somewhat. So we got, oh, actually Halinog, the Renault driver has actually managed to get 3rd because of the number of penalties that Jasmine has obtained. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna have to have a look at these penalties and everything as soon as we're done. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jay actually manages to get 6th thanks to the penalties. I did say it would work in his favour because I haven't seen his name crop up too many times. But there we have it. The championship decider has been decided. We've had drama. We've had controversy. We've had a champion crowned. And more importantly, we've had a McLaren winning. And one of the newer drivers, Harry Niog, the Renault driver, he's managed to get on the podium, which I believe this is his first podium. So there they go, spraying the champagne. You gotta love it. As Fracco has left the session. I mean, once your net cuts out, I mean that is terrible once it cuts out. But there they are, your top three now. Here it is, right? 9 seconds for Extremer, 18 seconds worth of penalties for Jazzman. What other penalties have we had? 15 for Jonesy, 12 for goals. Portuguese keeping it quite clean, but the only person who did receive a penalty was Shwmae and Punch. Now, Shwmae and Punchline were the only ones who did not get affected by the penalties. But here we go. We are about to set up the interviews right now, so we're going to get in the race winner right now. Let's get him in. Let's get in the winner of the race, Sergeant Shwmae. Where is he to? That was great, Anthony. That was great. We had a good race. Very good race. Just waiting out right now to see if Shwmae will join. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of the Mexican Grand Prix has joined us. Shwmae. What a race, bud. What a race. Paul
Unexpected as hell.
Paul and the race win.
Hang on. Right, I'm back, Mike. Sorry about
that. It's all good, bud. It's all good. But pole position and the victory. I mean, going into this, I know you was feeling like, a podium may be possible, but did you think you'd absolutely smash it and dominate like that?
No way. I didn't think I'd get pole. I thought I'd bottle it and validate all my laps, like I said in practice, but don't know where I pulled the 15.4 from. Fastest lap I've done all weekend.
I know, I was expecting a 15.5 from Mercedes and some of that, but Mercedes also bottling it and losing it in the S section. I mean,
yeah.
I actually couldn't believe that when I saw it, but but
I was the same.
Was you actually very nervous when Mercedes came out of the pits and he was that close to you after having a much bigger gap?
Yeah, I was absolutely shitting it, to be honest. But then I thought, oh no, I'll just go right behind him, slipstream and take him, and then try and gap him if I can. But it didn't work. Well, it did and it didn't. It was one of them.
It was squeaky bum time, wasn't it? It was sweat mode.
Squeaky bum time.
Well, honestly, mate, it's been a while since we've seen a McLaren on the top step. I believe you have won a race this season already, haven't you?
Nope, first win.
It is the first win. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the first McLaren win of the season.
I've been second so many times.
I honestly thought you have won one though.
No, I've been second like 9 times. I should have won in Bahrain, but then I got a penalty and they beat me by like half a tenth.
Oh, I gotta say about the penalties. I mean, Jazzman getting 18 seconds worth of penalties. There was a lot of penalties that was handed out on that today.
Yeah, and I got none. So
yeah, I was actually saying both you and Punchline managed to avoid all the penalties. Everyone else had them.
I knew that about Jamie. That's why I backed off. My tyres won like 80% at the end. I backed completely off. It took like 3 seconds out of me, and I was like, I'm not losing it and getting a puncher. It's not worth it. No
I
way.
was saying that the one stop was possible, but it's very audacious.
Yeah, it's
But
very tight, very tight.
it did work out for you though.
Yeah, it did. The 2-stop didn't work out for anybody, I don't think.
I think the 2-stop, it was slow because there was a lot of scrapping going along. It's like there was Jay versus Cloudy versus Jonesy for the final few laps, but I thought, Joe, I got again Sway coming across the line by I got to switch away from the scrap just to see the winner come across the line, and I had to switch then for Extreme to come across the line because he is now the champion.
The champion, yeah. Congrats to Jamie.
Yep, and he's the next person I gotta get in here for the interviews. But you know what? Fantastic race, mate. You absolutely nailed it, controlled it from start to finish. Little squeaky bum time with Mercedes, obviously, after the pit stops, but still, man, after the spin out from Mercedes, perfect, yeah. I was saying that hopefully you could try and get the Holy Trinity of the fastest lap as well, but 17.7 I believe it was.
Yeah, I got no chance. I was consistently in the 19s.
Yeah, I figured as much on the what was it, the softs one there for most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tapples, he chucked on the ultras and then for some reason he I don't know, I didn't see him bin it. I just saw his car parked up on the side.
Oh, was it just parked? Oh yeah, it was on the straight, wasn't it? It was Juice Man that binned it in front of me. I was after I let him pass to lap himself, because I was like, I'm not having it where he's going to try and dive bomb me and take me out. I would let him go, I'll put it in knee on the straight, just let him go for it. No point holding him up.
Yeah, I don't know where he was with Tadpoles today. He just kind of retired it. I know Fracco's internet cut off.
Yeah,
which is unfortunate.
About 1 minute after the race finished.
I mean, I actually feel sorry for him because I know how painful it is when your internet does cut off. But don't worry, Fracco, but you'll come back for Brazil.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. Once again, mate, congratulations on your first victory of the season. 25 points, well earned, in the bag.
Thank you.
And congratulations, mate. You are the king of Mexico. Now, help yourself to some tequila.
Nah, I'd rather drown.
Man has no taste in alcohol. It's not good.
No, I don't.
Congratulations anyway, mate.
Thanks, mate. I'll let you do Jamie
No.
now.
No, right. So let's get in Extrema right now. The champion of the Assist League. And he has joined us, ladies and gentlemen. The AOR Assisted League Season 14 champion has arrived.
Hey.
Man, how did it feel when that came up, saying a Mercedes has retired?
Oh, it was a great feeling, yeah. Seeing him packed up on the side of the road. Nothing better, to be honest, because obviously I know how quick he is, obviously, and it was shaping up to be quite a good race there, to be fair. He was catching up to Sway quite a bit, wasn't he? So,
but after the pit stops,
definitely had the pace to win that race still, so...
They were side by side out of the pit stops.
It was a sweet thing. A bit sweet though, to be fair, because obviously I'd love to have kept it going, maybe had a bit more of a battle. It's a shame for him, obviously, but it's the way it goes sometimes, and just, at the end of the day, it's worked out for me, so I'm happy.
Well, I mean, this year you've been Mr. Consistency, though, haven't you? Oh, with the points
yeah, after since I'd say since Monaco probably. Yeah, I don't think I've finished any lower than 4th or something. I don't think really. So yeah, it's been really consistent. Yeah, which has obviously helped. So yeah.
Yeah, I did catch the slide and that coming through over the finish line, but just
a bit tempted to do donuts. I was knowing I'd already won the title. I was tempted to do some donuts in the stadium section. I'd rather have my pizza. Finish it in a nice way.
Yeah, you probably would have had time to do a couple of donuts, to be honest with you, because Jasmine had 18 seconds worth of penalties. Which actually dropped him all the way back to 5th, mind, but unfortunate for him. But yeah, was there anything that you could have done today better? Because I know that Shwmae had tremendous pace. He actually controlled it from start to finish. Juice, I don't know what happened to Juice. He went off early, made an early pit stop, then chucked on another set of.
Yeah, I don't know what actually happened because when Mercedes got past him, I think he got the X on his name next to him, so I'm assuming a bit of D-sync there. I don't know what happened. I nearly lost my wing on him actually. I nearly went straight into the back of him, so I was lucky there. Yeah, but to be fair play to Shwmae. Like, an incredible qualifying lap. I was never going to get anywhere near that in qualifying. He just had really good consistent pace. To be fair, there was no chance of me catching him. I was catching him. I think I caught him by like 3 seconds at the end, but he was probably being just really conservative at that point, just trying to win the race. So,
he said he was lying off because his tyres were on 80%. He didn't want to lose it to a puncher.
Yeah, mine were on like 74. So I was pretty much the whole race. I could have had a bit more pace, but I think it was lap 6. I had a bit of a scare going through the S section because then absolutely lost the back end, nearly binned it in the wall. I think that lost me like 3 seconds. From that point onwards, I was just being really conservative through there, and probably losing me time. But in the end, it didn't really matter. So
it's better to be conservative and cost it by giving away stupid penalties and that.
Oh yeah, most certainly, yeah.
Oh, but do you think that if Mercedes didn't crash out, the championship would have gone an extra round?
Probably, yeah. I don't think I really had the pace to. He was pulling away. Don't think I had the pace to compete with him or Shwmae, to be honest, today. So, don't think it would have made much of a difference. Though he would have only been like 3 points on me at the end of the day or something. I don't think he would have made much of a difference in the long run, but. Would have kept it going in the race, which would have been nice for the battle, I suppose, but keep it interesting. But yeah,
I was looking at the pit stops and everything. I was like, I can't pronounce his name. I've been struggling with it all the way through the commentary. The
Greek guy. Yeah, no idea. I just call him the Greek guy now. I don't have a clue how you pronounce his name.
I kept calling him the Renault driver. I might as well. I mean, F1 is, you can't put your own names on here, so, I might as well follow suit with the F1 commentator as a Renault driver. But yeah, I mean, Oscar, I thought like towards the end that he would have caught up to a couple of you guys, but obviously looking at it, I was like he's the only one in this top 5 right now who's got a pit. It's like I saw
he went for 2 stop, didn't he? Which.
Yeah, and Tap
the one stop, but yeah, well, did Tap get wing damage at the start? What happened to him? I don't.
I have
lap 1 he dropped down a lot, didn't he? I have no idea what happened to him.
I have absolutely no idea what happened to him at the start. He just really fell back, came back, he got into a good position, chucked on the ultras for the final stint, and then he just parked it.
No idea then.
I don't know whether it was disqualification or whatever, but I didn't see nothing come out about someone getting disqualified, but he just parked it up on the straight. But here's the question now though. Are you just going to chill through Brazil and Abu Dhabi, or are you actually going to be going for the gold again?
The worst track on the calendar, so I'm actually kind of glad that it's all sealed at this point, because not really looking forward to next week, to be honest. It is, like I say, my worst track without a doubt. Awful around it, I'm terrible. So I still obviously want to push, try and get a podium, but it'll be damage limitation really at that next race.
It's not really damage limitation. It's like, Lewis
Well,
Hamilton after he wins the world
no, it doesn't really
championship.
matter, does it? Where I finish, but yeah, no. But I still want to do the best I can. So, well,
Extremer, take them all out so I can win. Take them all out, I can win. We're joking. Watch it happen now in Brazil, and everyone's like, "You son of a bitch." There was no conspiracy, none at all. But I was actually saying that you was doing just enough in that race in the first stint, especially because you just stayed right behind Mercedes, didn't push too much, didn't try any audacious moves to get ahead of him. It was like you knew what the job was in hand.
Yeah. Like, it's the consistency. Like I say, I've been pretty consistent all season. At the end of the day, I know what I need to do, and there's not much more to it, to be honest. Like, just trying to outscore him at this point. Like, last 3 races, obviously I won 3 in a row, so it was just trying to outscore him at the end of the day, and I know what I need to do. Like I say, and that leads to good points now over him, and that's what's ultimately won me at the end of the day. So,
well, we're going to end this with a congratulations on becoming the AOR Assisted League Champion for Season 14. Ladies and gentlemen, the champion, Extremer.
Cheers, thanks very much.
Have a good drink, lad. Have a good drink. There's tequila by the stands. Have yourself a shot. Right. Have a good one, bud. Okay, right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the live stream for the 18th round of AOR Assisted League around the Mexican Grand Prix. We had a world champion crowned. We had a McLaren winning his very first race. I actually thought he already won one, but it was his very first race win. We had a driver get his very first podium, but yeah, I feel like I've done this. So I got the race winner and the new champion in, which is always good. So, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys enjoyed, and we shall catch you next week in Brazil. Later.